it's very scripted, and you can look at one building versus the other and see the comparison. We found that buildings that are about 50 miles, if you look at 50 miles from the center of a metropolis like Cincinnati or Indianapolis or Columbus, those areas have the most interesting real estate because they oftentimes are larger assets and they're not being focused on as halo buildings that a lot of developers, or not a lot of other asset managers buy, knowing that the cash flow is not going to be there and it might not be there for 5 years. We find that those areas are the most lucrative to look at and examine because they have really strong working bases. They're usually within a 30-minute drive of the city center, but they're not just prioritizing the location based on the fact they can walk 15 minutes to the bar that has the brand equity of a bar downtown here in Cincinnati. They have different spots that are further out. They also have a lot of chain restaurants, which is a shame. But
Yeah.
there's more. There are more like some of the iconic restaurants that are located inside of major metropolises moving outwards as well. They're opening second and third locations there, which is really cool to see. But you're betting on the fact that continues to happen. And that's where we find the majority of our deals. And we really like those areas.
So it sounds like
I'm not sure that answers your question.
yeah, no, it sounds like your thesis is around looking in the areas that others are overlooking because it's not the sexy, cool neighborhood, as a for instance.
Yeah, it's a good way of articulating it, actually.
Yeah.
What's your perspective on that?
I think that there's a lot of people that have made a lot of money on that strategy and doing things like that. Yeah, especially as the city, we're out of land here downtown, right? And you can go vertical, but that's super expensive. So that just means that as the population continues to grow and expand, you're going to see people growing out into the areas that you're focusing on. Think about like
Right.
Lebanon, for instance, which is north of, it's like halfway between Cincinnati and Dayton.